All right, and we are finally back with D&D. It's been a while.
Yes, yes it has.
Unfortunately, we are down a couple of our players. We had a couple of them who had some personal issues, but they wanted us to go on without them.
Penis.
Am I even on the right? Okay, I am. Good. Hey, how's it going, Necro?
He got there fast.
Yeah, he got there super fast.
Damn.
Woo! And Fanta Gaming,
No
how's it going,
no
man?
No pressure, guys. No pressure.
No pressure. All right, so who remembers where we actually, or what actually happened last?
We were in town. Grum nearly started a fight in the middle of the street.
I did?
Yeah, they tried to take your axes.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no! Hell no!
And then the party convinced me as Grum to let them carry the axes, so that the angry people would stop. The angry town guards would stop being angry.
Wait.
Ariza has one axe, and Brudrin has one axe, and you have the other one on your back.
Oh, no. She had two on her back, and I think Malik had one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have three axes.
Yeah, you had to sheathe one of them, and you didn't have room.
Okay.
So it was like, why? And the town guards were like, you can't be walking around with a weapon out. And then,
Okay, did I get to keep the shiny one?
Oh no, I don't. I think I gave one of like the old ones to Malik,
Okay.
and the other on your back. But basically, when you leave town, you can just get it back from Malik. It's just you just don't have
Pretty
room
much.
to carry 3 axes in sheaths.
Yeah, no. You really don't.
I was tempted to have Grum try to play it off like a walking stick, but I don't know if she's smart, but I don't know if she'd be savvy enough to pull that one off.
No, I think she'll be raging enough to go ahead and just kill the mofo who's trying to take her weapon.
Yeah, that was why the other people were like, oh.
All right. So yeah, that happened. What else happened?
Other than that, I went to bed. I think we did insight rolls previously, or did we bother?
Yes. Something rather peculiar happened.
We all woke up at the same time and the same thing. I know that.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's
Instead of
right.
meeting your
it was
gods.
the cliffhanger where we're all together in a shared dream.
Yes, and as soon as you got in there, and you all started looking around like, what the fuck? You heard.
Oh good, the gang's all here.
Coming from behind you.
Do we see anything?
Well, currently you're not looking in the direction that it came from.
I'm going to slowly turn around and just kind of eye where it's coming from.
You see a rather well-armored, well-kempt, very, very well-dressed person with a sword on his side, just staring at you with a kind of a cocky-ass smile.
Is he human? Is he, like, can we tell what his race, or is it covered?
He looks human.
I'm going to just sigh and start rubbing my temples and like, oh god, another one. Oh god, another one.
Oh, you start rubbing your temples? Okay. Oh god.
Yeah, seriously, like just like that. I'm just headache. Please stop.
What is the meaning of this exactly?
You start trying to say something and all of a sudden your voice just stops. All of you just stop in place.
Now I've no interest in your questions right now, so let's just get to the point of why I'm here.
As he starts walking towards you, he keeps going on as he kind of just starts walking around all of you.
My master has a particular interest in your powers. You will bring them to him, and in exchange, we will give you what your heart most desires.
Feel free to make a perception roll real quick. Ganel.
Jack 20 dough.
Yeah, pretty much all of you notice this. Ganel, you in particular notice something very weird. He seems completely normal, and then for a briefest of moments you see past... You don't see a human anymore. You see something about 3 times the size of a human that looks fucking terrifying as shit.
Religion or Arcana check to determine what the fuck I'm staring at?
Well, that's what Ganel sees. The rest of you kind of see a brief flicker, but you all notice that when he's saying about, like, what your heart most desires, he specifically kind of glances at Ariza and Brudrin.
That don't look good. That don't look good at all.
Are you going to do anything like Arcana or anything, Saevrick? Or I should say Ganel?
I will attempt to, sure.
Hey, he's got all them fancy wisdom magical buffy things.
Too bad Arcana's intelligence-based. Too shabby.
You vaguely remember seeing little bits and pieces. You're not entirely sure what it is, but it seems to have horns like Ariza does, just much larger and many more of them.
Lovely.
It also has teeth probably about as long as your arm, that are very, very jagged and sharp. Now as he continues circling around back towards the front...
Now, should you refuse our generous offer, well, why don't we give you a taste of what's to come?
And let me just roll something real quick. Coming. Okay, there we go. He stops in front of you, Ganel, and he starts pulling up like his arm and just starts reaching towards you and going to strike at you when all of a sudden there's an explosion of fire just right across his face.
I should have known you'd show up eventually. We'll finish this later.
As he kind of just disappears into the ether, and every single one of your gods just starts running up. You're all free to move now.
I'm just going to shout, it's about bloody time.
Did this guy just disappear, or he's taken off, or what's the deal exactly?
He literally just poofed into like thin air, essentially, is what it looked like.
Oh shit. We'll turn to our godly counterparts here.
You, Vrennick, you go ahead and make an insight check, all of you, if you're curious.
Fuck yeah.
Hooray! I rolled really shitty despite my insight getting up.
I'm with you.
And Grom over here is just like, I know things.
Oh, we can have, oh god, I'm missing her name now. Just...
Ariza?
Matter of fact,
right.
who...
Brudrin.
As I'd say, matter of fact, who wants to control Brudrin and who wants to control Ariza?
I'll take Ariza.
As I'd say, because I'm gonna have a bit to, worry about.
Do you want Brudrin or should I?
I'd be happy if you took him, to be honest with you.
I'll take care of the fighter.
Okay. You got Brudrin. And... Do. No. Stab it.
Oh crap, I need to level him up.
Yeah, he only gets the, if you fail a, wisdom's... Or if you fail a saving throw, you can just re-roll it. That's all. That's all he gets.
Plus hit points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's complicated for a druid.
Alright. So, if you want, go ahead and roll the insight for them, just in case.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna roll his insight once I find it. Hey, look, the dwarf got roughly the same as the.
Alright, so. Grum. Yeah, Ariza has no idea what's going on. She just.
Brandon's probably too busy going, I can't do this. This is where I'm going now. This is my life.
This is my life. Grum. Aruku's always seemed very, very. Just. Generally in a good mood and, like, smiling at your shenanigans.
Yes. Sarcastic bastard.
Yeah, he's usually been sarcastic and pretty joking. He looks fucking pissed. Like, he does not look like someone you would want to fuck with right now.
Guess something else can get under your skin. I tell that to him.
He just glares at you. He doesn't actually say anything. Let me see here.
I just give him a smile. I don't care.
Well,
Anything that pisses him
I was about
off.
to say, one second. Just for the sake of it. Go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
Voice.
Jesus Christ.
You're frightened.
Oh shit.
You guys are scared.
Like you start saying that and he just glares a bit harder and it kind of just shuts the mouth.
Okay, I'm shutting up.
But what's his name? Godric comes around and says, "Are you alright?"
What?
Arannis comes around. "I told you all we needed to deal with this sooner, but no. You all want to fuck around and play your little fucking games."
I'm just gonna look at Uranus and go, please shut up. You're
He actually was talking to the other gods.
Yeah, I know. I'm just telling him to please shut up.
Just gonna look at Uranus myself and be like, so that was the ancient evil, I suppose, that you were trying to get rid of.
He is not the ancient evil. He works for it. But close enough, I suppose.
Well, we've got his attention, apparently.
Quite. And he turns again to the other gods and is just, "And this is why it was a fucking bad idea to put them all over the fucking place. Simpletons." Godric's just, "We had to make sure it was protected." "Oh yes, you're doing such a fine job of protecting things, aren't you?" Are any of you doing anything while they're arguing?
Oh, that.
What?
When I'm talking to you.
Ah. I'll take that
Slowly walk up over to them.
Okay. Yeah, they're just arguing amongst themselves. They seem to be talking about, like, Arannis was basically just saying, like, what a stupid fucking idea it was to put that over there. And they're like, well, we had to have them protected. Well, if you put my enchantments on things, things would be just fucking fine. But no, we had to do things your way. We've always had to do things your fucking way.
I'm going to scream, please shut up.
Like, silence, please.
At the top of my lungs.
What? They all
Things
scream out
are-
in unison.
Things
What
are
is-
the way they are now. We don't have a choice.
You want to explain what the hell this is? Because y'all dragged us into this. You want to explain this? Because we're going to have to deal with this. Not you. We are. That motherfucker came to threaten us, not you.
He came to threaten you because you're the ones inheriting our power. He threatens us all the time.
Oh, maybe you should start working with us, because right now, if he so much just gets one of us as power, well, it's not just us that gets fucked. You get fucked. So either you work with us now.
Ah, very well. That, my good sirs and madams, Arannis is kind of like over-embellishing the bows, is the first general of the first circle of hell. The people that and he looks at the rest of the gods, wanted all the gods to go beat the shit out of, but apparently my ideas aren't good ones.
Well, I think we all need to start working together on this.
Quite. Now, you still have, I believe, 2 locations to reach, yes?
Yes.
Who's talking? Is it Arannis?
Yes.
I'm gonna look around and go, yeah, your tomb and the volcano, because I'm sure mine's a volcano.
Godric kind of turns his head and...
Yeah, don't you start with me.
Mine, I don't know too much about because these chuckle fucks did it. But it should not be very physically demanding, we'll say. If they paid any heed to my instructions. Hey, at least we know how to fucking build shit. Fucking, I'm just gonna tell everybody how to do their fucking jobs. You have no foresight.
Are you all like gods or children?
It's like watching a like really highly dysfunctional family. You know, my
like,
family got like this during like large gatherings. It was insane.
We're the mortals. We're the flawed ones, and we have more sense about us than all of you apparently do at this point. I'm not saying to be disparaging, but shit, you know.
How about this? Ganel, Grum, Burgeon, or is it how about we just look? You guys just take a back seat. We'll deal with the problem because you all have no idea how things work anymore.
We have a knowledge of how things work. I'm just trying to figure out how to accelerate the process.
You stop. You're not helping. At home.
We'll talk later. For now, head to the teleportation circle in Baldur's Gift. It'll get you to my area faster.
Well, finally, some help in all of this.
Goodbye, and he just makes the motion and you all wake up.
I'm gonna go downstairs and find the rest of them. I'm just gonna look at Grum and go, so that's your god, Grum? The really angry looking one.
Yeah, Grum's been trying to punch the little shit.
Well, you know, he looks like he has a face for punching. They all really.
Malik comes downstairs a little bit after you all meet up down there. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, yes. Good, I'm not so sure. But we'll go with morning.
Oh, what's the matter? Too much stiffness in your bed? Sleeping in the suit of armor, finally not being comfortable?
You want to explain to Ganel or Grum? Because right now all I want to do is punch gods in the face.
Wait. Okay, and then I'm gonna mention earlier when the big bad dude come in, and he's talking about your desires for calm. I'll mention that he looked at Arisa and Bodrin.
Oh. Well, one of them wants vengeance, and I think the other wants to find her family, from what they've told us. The rest of us are... Well, what?
I'll be honest, I seek vengeance, and part of me too.
That is not surprising, considering what you've told us, Ganel. Malik kind
Why
of.
point those two out in particular?
Especially since Rum's told us that she wants revenge on, like, her own clan.
Yeah, like you would think that he would look at me more because, well, I don't know.
I mean, I just seek to maintain balance, so he obviously wants nothing to do with me. Because my entire goal would be to keep him where he belongs, keep the gods where they belong. Which currently neither side is doing.
I think we need to keep an eye out on Arisa and Bodrin, not so much as being suspicious, but more like protect them just in case nobody tries to target or tempt them. Especially Bodrin.
I'm going to kind of relay to Malik what happened, the shared dream and everything that I know, including how the gods are apparently a pile of children.
Huh. Why would they act like that? I thought gods were something higher.
Because gods are dicks, and that's all you need to know.
Our gods, or these particular gods, I hate to say it, well, Godric is my god. These gods apparently were once mortal, and I don't think they lost all of their mortality.
Oh. That would make sense, actually.
Just as flawed as we are.
Well, in general, when I would assume when they become gods, they tend to have dominion over a particular thing. And from my research when I was in school, gods start to basically embody their concept. So Arannis, being like the god of knowledge, basically becomes like a know-it-all. And, you know, the one who's all about building, he basically becomes obsessed with constantly building and constantly creating. And then the one who is the one about like foresight and planning ahead, that's all he starts to do. So you've got their mortal personalities on top of an obsession essentially with their particular aspects, which is lovely.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Well, the plus side, mine's obsessed with justice and stuff, so that's fine.
Well,
Virus, is there any way I can try to make a drawing of what I saw?
Let's see here. We would probably put that under
Performance?
We'll do 2 rolls real quick. We'll do a performance and then just a like dexterity roll.
One of those is decent at least. That's for the win there. God damn.
Get the low rolls out now.
You're
It's
really
a fucking
trying.
stick figure.
You're really trying, and yeah, it's kind of like you start drawing okay, and then your hands just kind of like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this pen. And it just ends up looking like a blob.
Ugh.
Malik just kind of So it was a giant blob?
I was shooting a very nasty look.
Oh.
I didn't get a good look at it, so I have no idea. It looked like a man in armor with a sword to me.
Many-horned, long teeth, as long as my arm. That appeared right. It's huge. I definitely know words more than huge.
Any idea skin color?
Virus.
It was red, like dark red.
Dark red.
Arcana check for me based on description.
Go ahead.
Oh my sweet baby!
Wow!
This is let us roll as low as we can.
Hello, can you go?
You're convinced that that Ganel is insane? I mean, you saw him. He was just a dude with a sword.
Yeah.
Ganel obviously lost his mind.
Like, okay. That's not at all.
You are convinced that there is
Not at all.
nothing that's even remotely close to looking like that in existence. So the only logical option is that Ganel's just blowing smoke up your ass.
Or because it was a dream, he's obviously just dreaming.
He
Yeah.
did say it was a general from the first circle of hell. Just to be fair.
Yeah, well, given that the gods are a bunch of jackasses, they probably aren't going to believe them much right now.
Vranek at this point is just convinced that everybody's just full of shit.
And I'm the one who's going to have to clean up the madhouse.
Yep.
I'm just gonna like crumple the paper up and throw it and throw the pen and walk outside. Huff outside.
Everyone ready? Well, Malik, apparently we've been instructed to go to that teleportation circle again. Ready to go?
Wilhelm kind of... Oh?
Okay, I'm lost. What teleportation circle you guys are talking about?
It was the,
Okay, remember I wasn't in the previous one.
It was when you met Wilhelm the first time in this town. He took you there and it teleported you to the outskirts of the Giants Forest.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Oh. It's
Yeah,
inside the
apparently-
big ass tower in this, towards the top of the town.
Yeah, apparently
Okay.
Aramis wants us to go there, Wilhelm.
Ah, well, do you remember the way?
Do I remember the way?
Go ahead and do a history check.
Come on, one.
It's
Oh,
right
hey,
down
look!
the
Look,
road.
I actually got a good one.
Yes, you do remember.
Oh, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do.
Ah, good. Well then, oh yes, and I'm sure Rizzo would make good berries for everyone, because why not?
Yeah,
Food,
probably.
produce water, have a good time. Okay.
I'm assuming is that what Riz is going to do, Jan?
Oh, yeah, she's gonna make some berries and cast them out.
Doot, doot, doot.
She's
Virgin will
gonna
be able
eat
to
your berries.
Virgin will be able to work me.
Okay. All right.
I'll head outside and motion to Ganel to come on and start heading towards the tower.
All right. You all head up the stairs towards the large tower in the center of town. It's actually in this area that we're on now, where the marketplace is kind of just starting to open up. Everybody's setting up shop. It's still early in the morning. There's a couple of like fruit vendors and stuff. You know, apples, bread, meat for sale. You head, or are you?
Meat
Yep,
for sale.
yep, meat for sale.
Oh well, I'm beelining straight there. I think my meat rations is dwindling.
My meat sense is tingling. Alright, so you proceed to... Well, go ahead and do a perception real quick. Yeah, you managed to find one of the meat stalls. It's not particularly difficult to find.
I'll kind of follow Grum just.
Hey, we got fresh meat, we got dried meat, we got the meats.
We arrived at Arby's.
Yep.
I'm gonna purchase some dried meat to go for the journey, and then maybe one fresh one for the road.
Good morning, lass. He kind of seems like questioning. Like he looks at...
Don't worry about it. Just give me the meat.
Ah! Well, what kind of meat you want? We got pork, we got beef, we got some nice goat, a little bit of rabbit. He kind of
like,
leans in. He kind of leans in and is just like, if you're into a little bit more exotic meat, we even got a bit of harpy meat. Shh, just between us.
Yes. Give me some of that harpy.
Oh, you got a fine eye for meat. Yes, you do. All right. Are you wanting the fresh or the dried?
Both.
Oh, good on you, good on you. He kind of goes over to the, like, Spitfire grill that he's got going. Oh, let's see. How much you want?
One of
Oh,
each for now, just in case, I don't know, Grom doesn't like it.
one of each what?
Of the harpy meat.
Oh,
One,
well,
I
how
want one
how
fried,
much
one
you
fried.
want, dear? I can give you, you know, like an entire half rack. I can give you a leg. It all depends on how much you want.
Surprise Grom.
Oh. Okay.
Brandon's just laughing at all this, just like, oh, God.
So he takes
No,
off
wait.
like he
No,
literally
wait.
takes
I
off the
want-
largest segment that he can. It looks like an entire just half of a thing. You can't really tell if it was even remotely person shaped before, but it's huge. It's about like 4 feet tall if you were to stand it. He just sets it on some like linens and stuff and just wraps it up, kind of ties it off, grabs another like big sack and just throws it on there. Right. 4 platinum, please.
What?
Well, this is a lot of meat, and it's not exactly normal meat, dear. This exotic
Okay,
meat.
But this better be good.
Some straight up black market shit here.
Wait, I don't have money. I don't have 4 platinum.
Is Grum broke?
Grom don't got no money, yo.
How Grum not have any money, yo? And you are pretty close to
Wait, how much is 4 platinum?
40 gold, basically.
Oh. Yeah, I don't got fucking 40 gold. I only got 35 gold. Fuck me some money.
I'll give Grum 10 gold.
There you go.
Yeah, Malik kind of just, allow me, if you would, be so kind. He kind of scooches. He kind of like scooches you out the way. My good sir, can you not see that she is a woman of very refined tastes? Surely, for someone so elegant, you can lower your prices just a skosh. My good sir.
Oh, look at that persuasion.
Oh, I suppose you're right. She seems like a nice gal. Interesting that she'd choose you as a boyfriend, but okay. How about 3 platinum then? He kind of just stares blankly for a second. Sure, and he just puts the 3 platinum on the table and just let's go. Malik seems very confused.
Oh, thank you, Malik. I just started rubbing his the top of his head.
He seems even more confused.
And I didn't whisper, if you want some of this harpy meat, I'll give you maybe a piece of it.
He kind of, I'm okay, really. I'm really okay.
Alright, I'm gonna take that big old sack and I'm gonna take a piece of it and start eating.
Alright, the sack had the dried meat, so you pull out a piece and it's kind of chewy. It really seems kind of an odd texture and flavoring. It's unlike anything you've ever had before. Go ahead and make a con save.
Oh, good God.
Damn.
You can't see why people aren't eating this all the time.
From like maybe cow and pig's better, but it's not bad. Hey, you guys want some?
No.
I'm sure you want some after
No.
fighting you before.
No. No.
Rome doesn't mind sharing. Here's a little piece, and then I break up apart like a piece of the
Oh
meat
God.
and then hand it.
No, thank you.
I don't eat meat.
Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry for you.
I have just got a look of total like horror and disgust mixed together.
How disgusted are you, Ganel?
I am intensely disgusted.
It's just like
Do me a
eating
favor and make a
big
con
chicken.
save.
I don't find like eating humanoids to be very settling.
Oh no!
You're starting to upchuck a little. Like it's not quite coming out yet, but it's pretty close.
I'm gonna like rip the mask off my face and sort of like go to a side alley for right now.
Yeah, just
And try to like control myself.
Just think of it like talking chicken that's been cooked.
That is not helping.
Hey, Brian,
You're not helping.
If Grum, if I were to vomit, I'd melt things. So probably not right now. But thank you.
I'm gonna offer
You
some
know,
to.
I'm gonna say, you know what you should do, Grum? You should offer some of that meat to the gods when we see them. I want to see what they do with it.
But they only show up in dreams. How can I offer something from?
Well, see, Grum, remember, when you're in a dream, you can imagine anything.
Imagination.
Remember that, Grum. When you go into the dream world, you technically have control.
Yeah,
Next
if I
time,
have
perhaps-
control, how come I keep missing my fits?
Well,
My fist
clearly,
on his
Grum,
face.
clearly you need to imagine about 300 of you so you can just dogpile.
Ooh, that's good. That's a good idea. I think Grum will do that next time. Grum Army!
All right. After a couple of minutes, you manage to recompose yourself, Ganel.
I'll have gone to check on him after a minute before he comes back. I'll be like, alright, man.
That was most disturbing.
Eh, she's from a different culture. I mean, I eat meat, but I'm not going to eat that. Granted, I kind of show my teeth. I'm like, I'm not really an herbivore.
I cannot. Not that it's much better, because I don't really approve of eating any species of living. But the fact that these are why I hate them and detest them as some sort of intelligent creature.
Yeah, but you kill intelligent people. What's the difference between killing and eating them? At least with eating them, you don't waste them. I'm not saying that I'm going to eat you, though.
Do you listen to yourself after you say something?
Yes.
Malik just kind of like is putting his head in his palm, just like, oh god.
It's okay, Malik. You're the one dating her. Frantic is gonna get a big shit-eating grin right after he says that. Like, yeah.
Malik kind of
No.
gets the look of like just complete and utter. This is my life now. This is
I'm
what
gonna
has
come up to
happened.
Grum and say, Grum, that's why the guy gave him a discount. He thinks Malik's your boyfriend.
Oh. Well, if it saves Grum money, that's fine. And I'm going to eating my harpy meat. It's not bad. Well, if you don't want it, then more for Grum. Ooh, you know what? I hope we encounter a harpy next time. Then I will take them prisoner, and then I'm gonna force them to eat their kind.
That's a little crazy.
That's dark.
What? The last time a harpy tried to kill us off the cliff.
Okay, you do have a point there.
But that's where you do the line at right there.
I would think you would want to eat some after to try to kill you.
Eat them, no. Possibly melt them slowly, yes.
Again, what's the difference between eating them and killing them?
Well, if I eat them, I'm taking them into me, and I don't want their nastiness in me.
Yeah.
Bother.
Sort of like.
Hey, if you like it, Grum, more power to you.
It's not better than beef or pork though. It's okay.
Sort of like slap Malik in the chest and be like, remember the next like stray axe that comes your way, she's going to eat you.
he kind of just.
Radix is gonna.
He pauses. No, he pauses for a second and like. No, she won't. I'm too useful for getting discounts, and he just smiles back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pat his face and be like, you just keep thinking that, my sweet sir. And I'm gonna start heading towards the tower here.
Yeah, I'm laughing the whole way, like this is the best thing ever.
Malik ends up following you all. You go through the doorway.
I wonder how Ariza reacts though, because you know.
I figure Brudrin's kind of hungover right now, because he drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say Brudrin's probably just like, huh. Ariza, she'd probably be a little bit disturbed seeing as well, actually no, I take that back. She doesn't particularly care about people in general.
Oh, that's right. She cares for the
She
animals.
cares about the forest animals.
She probably is more. She's probably happier that you're eating something that's not a forest animal. But yes, you proceed to the tower. You open the tower doors. It's that same very large library with just spires, or just a humongous amount of books. You head towards the little back wall. There's a tiny little door. Open it up. There's that same old friggin' robed guy. Ah, hello there! What can I do you for?
I'm looking at Ganel and go, it's your god's tomb.
Do you have the map? Because I don't know how to really explain where this would be at.
I'll pull the map out.
Alright, you pull the map out. I'm assuming you touch the crystal to it, Ganel.
Quite.
It shows the location right there.
Supposedly there's a circle in this area?
Yeah, it's right back here. You look behind him and there's a lot of runes etched on the ground. What about it?
We need to use it.
Well, why didn't you say so? Where you want to go?
Tomb of Arannis.
Well, that's a bit of an odd destination. Ain't nothing to do over there.
There will be for us. Long story. By the way, is he taking note of the fact that I'm standing there with a glowing crystal in the chest of a large suit of full plate?
That's a mighty nifty suit of armor that you got there, boy.
It really is.
Kinda seems to be giving off a bit of a bright light. Mind turning that down a little bit?
I'm honestly not sure if I can. I'm gonna try to concentrate to turn the light off.
Alright, but yeah, it stops producing daylight.
There we go.
Ah, good, good. So, Tomb of Arannis it was? Well, let's see here. You say you got a map right there. That's about there. I think I remember where that is. All right, that's pretty close. What is it? There's 5 of you? How about we square it off at 1 platinum?
I can pay 1 platinum, sure.
Yeah, perfect. All right, everybody get in the circle.
We all pile in, I'm assuming. A Brudrin will.
Oh my
course,
god.
I will.
It's like a crazy old prospector.
All right. Let's see how this goes. I've only lost 1% of people lately. He does a bit of chanting and...
If you don't get it right, I'm going to tell you right now that the gods will be very upset.
Whoop. It switched because I was an idiot and hit the wrong button. Blop. There we go. He does a bit of chanting. Bright light seems to envelop all of you. And then it just... You're basically right at that arch.
The one I remember from the path?
Yeah. And miraculously, you are all on the ledge.
Oh, Christ.
Vranik is immediately going to go straight for the arch and away from the ledge, as will Brudrin. Brudrin will probably curse Dwarven a bit.
Oh, son of a bitch!
We didn't encounter any harpies in this part, did we?
It was technically on this entire pass.
Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to put your
I'm gonna look at Grum when we land here and go, hey Grum, you might get some fresh meat.
But I already have meat.
Well, then you might get to experiment with feeding harpies other harpies.
But you said that was too weird. What is it now? You said it was weird when I say it, and then you tell it to me. Make up your mind. Do you find it weird or not?
I'm just gonna look at Grum and go, Grum never changed. If anything else, please don't change.
All right. So yeah, there seems to be a path just going up into the mountains from beyond the archway.
I'm gonna look at Ganel and go, well, you're up.
There were some runes in this archway, wasn't there?
There was like etchings on the archway, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Any discern? Do they look like writing? Like if I activate the comprehend languages, would they make sense?
You can try. It kind of looks like a bunch of runes on it.
I'll activate it and see if it changes.
You activate the comprehend language helmet, and it kind of just... It starts making a bit of sense. It's basically just, here lies the Tomb of Arannis. Only the chosen may enter. Fear for your lives all others.
That's encouraging. I'll relay to everybody what it said. Like, that's encouraging.
Oh, that never stops us.
Well, technically we are the chosen ones, so... Because I love being the chosen ones of this group of yahoos.
Well, I suppose we'll get going then. I'll start taking up off the path.
Go ahead and make perceptions real quick, everyone.
Alright, so this first one's going to be Brudrin. And the second one is me.
Yeah, first one will be Grum.
Let's please.
And the second is Ariza. She don't know.
So Arise is too busy going harpies. Harpies where?
Ah, harpies. All right. So it's a fairly clear day, except for Ariza, who apparently forgot that she had her eyes closed because she got scared from teleporting. But you all proceed up the path for a while. You can kind of see rather ornate archways up the path. They seem to go from kind of a fire motif to a water motif to an earth motif, air motif, and then finally just wizened old wizards, basically, is what it kind of reminds you of. And then there's a very, very fancy door. Just in the side of the mountain.
Well, Ganel.
Is there a nice smooth orifice in this door?
No. There's just handles.
Well, we didn't come all this way for nothing, I suppose. I'll give it a nice little tug.
The door creaks open slowly. It's surprisingly well lit. Like there's torches going all along the corridor.
I didn't say like a large pool of lava or some shit like that. Okay.
There seems to be a
step
staircase
inside.
going up, but there's torches on all sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least it's well lit for a person like me.
I'm assuming you all proceed up.
What?
Yeah?
Behind Ganel, but yes.
Behind Ganel. Okay.
Brudrin will actually go like next to Ganel, and Vranik will ask Grum and Arisa to take the rear.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
And I'll stay in the middle so I can easily reach everybody.
Of course, Vranik wants to be in the middle of the sandwich.
Easy range of healing anyone, thank you.
Thank you. Alright, so you proceed up the staircase. And after a while, it kind of opens up into a chamber that is full of raging fire. There does appear to be a little pedestal in front of the giant inferno of flames.
I'm just gonna look at it, look at Ganel and go, I'm pretty sure this is what we need to do. I'm gonna pull the crystal out from my armor, walk up to the pedestal and see if there's a spot for the crystal.
There's not. There are words on it, though.
Do I understand them, or will I need to comprehend languages?
Oh, you understand them. It's written in common.
Alright, I'm gonna put the crystal back and then read them.
Though villainous fire may dance and play, the light of justice shall clear the way.
I'll cast daylight.
You cast daylight, and sure enough, there is actually some fire that still remains, but there seems to be a clear path that just goes straight through it.
Alright, I'm gonna ask everyone to follow me, and I'm going to very carefully and slowly walk the path.
Alright, go ahead and, just roll athletics real quick. Or actually, no, make a con save, everyone.
Shit.
This one is me. Holy crap, I rolled well.
Oh, shit.
Brudrin.
Oh my god, that's a rise.
Well then!
I'm sorry,
Well.
Ryza.
Grum and Ganel, you're having a bit of trouble because it is ridiculously fucking hot next to these fires. Like, you're struggling to even, like, breathe. Ariza just straight up collapses about, like, 15 feet in.
Oh!
Is anyone going to do anything?
Well, I'm assuming Grum, who should be next to her.
Yeah,
grabs
I'm
her.
gonna grab her before she collapses to the ground.
Okay, go ahead and do an athletics. You will have disadvantage because you're kind of struggling yourself.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
Well then!
Oh my god!
I crushed her! Or the trip!
Roll another
Go
d20,
over and
please.
Start helping this mess.
Roll another d20, please.
This is so bad.
Tonight is the night of comedy of errors.
Okay. You go to pick her up, and you get about like halfway up to your shoulder, and then she just drops to the floor again. Like you lose your grip and it just... Everyone but Brudrin and Vrennick make another con save.
Brudrin's gonna go over and start trying to help Ariza and Grum.
Oh well, she. Oh, that was Ariza, by the way, the second one.
The 6 or...
No, the first one I think it was mine. No.
Well, you
No,
rolled
because
3
you-
somehow. Yeah,
Pretty sure Grum's con save is higher than 2.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, I did the 14.
So,
And I
Ganel
guess I
and,
pressed
Ganel
it
and Grum,
twice.
you're starting to get used to the heat. Ariza seems to just be dead. Like, not actually dead, but she's not doing okay.
Well, doesn't she have her cloak of water? Can we just like use the cloak water and just put it, smash it on her face or something?
Smother her with it!
Smother her!
Right? Like, wouldn't that help her?
You kind of start noticing that the water's starting to flow slower.
Well, just let it drip the end of her cloak on her face, so, like drip, drip, like just like.
Oh, it doesn't drip. It's not actually doing any dripping, it's just there.
Oh.
So Brudrin's gonna go over and try to help. Is he gonna try to pick her up, or?
He's gonna try to pick up Ariza.
Alright. Go ahead and make the athletics.
He's trained in this, so I hope it does well.
Famous last words.
Well, that 28 would have been nice, but I'll take a 12.
He's managing to kind of like slowly heft her up onto his shoulders and start.
Give me some help, Grum.
All right, I'll help too. Do I still need to roll?
Yeah, if you're gonna try to like help carry her.
Oh, there you go. That's not so bad.
All right.
Brandon's just gonna sigh and look at the fire and go, "Freaking Godric, I swear."
You end up making it through fairly well after that. There wasn't too much left to go. She just kind of caved in the beginning.
Well, she is a gentle wilting flower.
You make it to the other side and she's still out.
Brudrin will start fanning her, and Brannick will just start rubbing his head and going, "Fucking Godric." Then he's gonna look at his armor and go, "Well, I'm surprised I didn't cook."
Yeah, you felt really comfortable. Like it almost felt like you were in a nice sea breeze.
I'm just gonna look around and go, "Well, if this is Godric's little fun challenge, I wonder what the rest of them are gonna give us."
So go ahead and do like a medicine for Brudrin since he's trying to help her out.
Medicine is his best roll. Holy shit!
Hells yeah.
Apparently it is. He manages to like cool her down enough that she kind of wakes up. Ah. Whew. What happened?
Splash yourself with some water. We just walked through a literal fire.
Oh, okay. Steam just comes off her.
Okay, I just want to say something. Like, if we're already like struggling just to get into a tomb, can you imagine what will happen if we're trying to get into the volcano?
Hey, I already know that the volcano is going to be bullshit, and Godric refuses to admit
We
it.
got one person fainting. We need to do something before we get into that volcano.
Well, I think druids can eventually learn how to manipulate our elemental resistances, so maybe we should talk to her about that later. I can't do that. But I think she is better in tune with elemental magic and nature. She might be able to do that.
I don't know. She can produce flame, which we don't need anymore.
And at the other side of the room, there's just a door.
I'm gonna look at Ganel and go, well, that was my god's fuckery. Let's see what's next.
Okay. So I'm
I'm gonna look
assuming...
at Grum and go, Grum, when we get to the Earth one, just remember, all of it... Well, this was obviously the fire room. We're gonna get to a room for Aruku. Just remember, it's all his face and you want to punch it.
Punch!
One punch!
Yeah, she's just gonna one punch her way. No, she's gonna deco. She's gonna go full Cal and just
Smash!
Cal and Stone.
Grum smash.
All right. So
Saevrick the non.
there's another tiny hallway and there's a door at the end of it.
The first one is
Here we go.
Ganel and Brudrin, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do Ganel, Brudrin, me, you, and Arisa.
Okay.
That way we have a bruiser at each end. We have the spellcasters protected, and we have the archer / scout with the best vision.
Are we in initiative though?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
It's marching orders what we're doing.
Okie dokie.
All
I'm
right.
gonna be actively searching for traps, just so you know.
Okay, go ahead and do a perception.
I'm gonna do perception too.
First perception was me, second is Brudrin.
Brudrin's
And,
too upset that his booze evaporated.
And I'm apparently too upset that Godric, is a little dick.
Yeah, the last one is Arisa.
Holy
Mine
crap,
is a
I
20.
rolled the exact same.
Yep.
Christ.
All right.
But at least the other three fucking see shit.
As far as you can tell, there aren't any traps in this hallway.
Good deal.
Go ahead and start moving, your people. No. I'm assuming you're going to open the door.
You made a strange sound, so I had to stop.
Oh, I said open the door.
Okay. Yes, open the door.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to Castle Anthrax.
I don't like the look of this room already.
There is, yet again, a tiny little pedestal right around here.
Oh lord, okay.
What the
Are
shit
these
is all this?
chests?
They are chests. What is what, Clay?
I was gonna say, what the shit are all these?
Chests. Lots and lots of chests.
I'm just gonna stop, look at Grum. I'm gonna look at Grum and go, I'm betting this is your god's doing, him and his damn toys.
Alright,
I'm
what's
gonna
this?
walk up with Ganel and just look at him and say, shall we read the pedestal then?
Yes, let's read this.
Reflection shall show you the way to a tasty treat today, a gift for you to give and send, to see how our friend met his end.
Reflection.
Are there any mirrors in here?
What?
Are there any mirrors?
There is not.
I'm gonna look at Grum and go, can you do anything that makes things reflecting?
Also, Ganel, you said you were looking for traps specifically. Yeah, go ahead and do another perception.
Yes, definitely.
Wait.
For fuck's sakes, these ones!
You are
That is the
convinced?
threat that's
You are
there.
convinced? that there is nothing in this room. All this is just fake.
Oh,
It's a
for fuck's
deceptive
sake.
trick. They're playing mind games with you. You see through their lies. Truth is out there, man.
I hate this already.
Virus.
Yeah?
What with my creation power thing? Can I create a mirror if I have like a material to make it?
Um,
And
can-
if so, what?
let me double
what's the
check what
material?
creation actually does, because I can't remember if that's something
I
you
get
can
the
actually
link.
use. It would take you about a minute to make a 5-foot cube, and you could probably make something kinda similar to a mirror.
But what do I need? What material do I need to make it?
You would need some type of like crystal or stone.
Oh, okay. I wonder if I have any on me.
Anyone else gonna do a perception?
I'll probably do it. I'll probably start searching.
Yes. Yes, you will. Please.
Please. Well,
That's what I
Grum,
should have rolled.
you're kind of looking around. All of you are really looking around, except Ganel, who's now furious at fucking everything because he's convinced it's all a lie. You kind of get shined in the eye.
Oh, from where?
There, for just the briefest of moments, you kind of got shined in the eye from Ariza's cloak as it reflected the daylight coming from Vranik.
Fucking knew it was water.
Ah,
Graham put reflection and water together.
That's the big question.
Exactly.
Dun dun
Okay.
dun 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 dun.
they said he's gonna use the cloak. Well, I'm gonna wait for him to sit back down on his chair after whatever he's getting something from the kitchen.
Okay. Boom 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 boom. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh. Well, while we wait, how's chat doing tonight? I regret everything.
All right, so
Ah.
once they point out that something is shining off Ariza's cloak, I'm going to try to figure this out.
Okay. What,
So,
pray tell, are you trying to figure?
I'm gonna kind of turn Ariza around and see if my daylight reflects off her cloak.
It's kind of hard to tell because you got it coming off you, but go ahead and do a perception.
Of course, the 20 is on the other side. Of course, it is.
You can tell that it's like glinting off of it.
I'm gonna ask the others while I'm doing this to see if they can tell anything different in the room.
Can we?
Go ahead and do one more perception, Ganel.
Brudrin will take a shot, by the way. Virgin will see jack shit.
And this last one is Ariza. Oh, look at her.
Ariza's facing away right now.
Yeah, she's facing away, so she can't see nothing.
Oh, that's right.
Because it'd be reflecting from her back, basically, at that point. Ganel, you can see, like, the light kind of bouncing around the room. You do notice one very, very small glimpse when, like, Ariza's turning around. You kind of see a weird reflection of the ceiling, and there seems to be, like, some strange lines on it.
Oh, let's peer upward then. What do we see?
There's a lot of, like, really odd, like, lines and shapes and all types of other stuff going on the ceiling. But it doesn't really seem to make any sense. Like, there doesn't seem to be any type of pattern or even alignment, really. It also seems to be kind of an arched ceiling.
Point up. So what do you all make of this?
I'm gonna turn around and look up.
You see the same thing. Really big arched ceiling that just has a bunch of lines and shapes and doesn't seem to have any type of rhyme or reason.
Is it
There's that-
reflective?
The ceiling doesn't seem to be reflective.
There's no correlation between like all these, I don't know if they're chests or what, but
Go ahead and do a insight real quick for Ariza, Grum.
I'm gonna punch her.
Why would you punch Haruku in the throat?
This is his room and I know it.
First one's mine.
The first one's what?
The 18 is Grum's.
Oh, I'd said for Ariza, but okay.
Oh, okay, my sorry. Yeah, her 14 then, that's hers.
What 14? You haven't rolled one for...
I don't see one in here.
For insight?
Yeah, you didn't roll
Yeah,
one
I did.
here.
I did, it says 18 and 14.
That's
On
18,
our screen, it
15.
doesn't.
You sure? Because it says 1421 here.
Come take a look, Jane. You can look on my screen. There ain't nothing there.
Fine, I'll do it.
It's probably roll 20 bugging out.
Probably, or possibly. All right. I'm going to say that Ariza, having kind of, you know, having a love for this, remembers that she can create water.
Oh, wait. Oh. This might be Katoon's room. I don't know.
I guess you could. What you could do then? What?
Create water on the floor.
Ah, so she
Create,
just do
create
like.
reflection.
So you'll do like a mini little flood.
Yeah, basically flood the room.
Pretty much.
Okay.
It'll take a little bit, but
That's
she
the use of like.
No, that's one of her.
one of her things literally is just she can make as much water as she wants. It takes a while,
Okay.
but
There
she
you go,
can just
She'll pee. She's gonna start peeing water all over.
I'm sure Shell will love knowing this is happening.
So she starts putting water out into the room. It kind of actually like it was very, very slight, but there's actually a slight bit of a slant to this room, and it all just kind of rolls down to the other end. And it does create a slightly reflective surface.
Chocolate rain.
I'm gonna look at the reflection of the ceiling in the water.
because of how the ceiling actually arches, go ahead and do perception. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot.
This ought to be good. Yep, that was good. It's right on with everything else.
If you're trying to figure it out, then yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Brudrin will take a slightly drunken dwarven look.
Arisa can do it, right? Because she's not looking
Yeah,
away.
she can do it.
Well, Brudrin got a 20 fucking 2.
All right.
Grum got a 17 and Arisa got an 18.
So there seems to be like 3 different paths that kind of go from the actual ceiling and actually start correlating on the actual water down here. One of them ends up at this chest, and it seems to be surrounded by like bread and vegetables, all types of other stuff. There's one over here that seems to be surrounded by like pies and a couple other like baked goods. And then there's one down here that's surrounded by meat.
Well, obviously the pies and the baked goods, Arisa's gonna realize that's for her. Because Kitten keeps offering her, was it pies and baked goods? So she's gonna be squealing and probably rushing to that or something. No, I'll just have her stand next to me.
Guys, it's that one, guys.
She might, I think she might run towards it though. Honestly, if she was here, she'd be running to that.
Given what she's done with other situations, I would probably say you're right.
So is this the pie one right here?
No, the pie one was over here. That was breads and grains and vegetables. Splash, splash, splash,
Go
splash.
investigate Breadland.
You're 2 behind. All right.
And obviously, I'm next to the meat.
Well, Arisa, go ahead and... Who's opening first is the important question.
I'll open bread first.
Okay. Roll the dexterity save.
Of course I will.
Of course you will.
It's only one of my worst saves. This is great.
You're like, this is fine. This is what I wanted. You open the chest, and suddenly you just get splashed by a giant torrent of water. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And are now soaked.
I will sputter and go, well, that wasn't the right one.
Who would have been next?
It's gonna be Arisa. She's gonna have a good feeling that this is the right one because it's got cakes and pies.
Alright. Ryza opens up the chest. And there's a key sitting neatly on, oddly enough, a pie.
And she's gonna be squealing. She's gonna take the key and obviously the pie, and she'll say a thank you to Katoon. What kind of pie is it?
Peach.
She's gonna be going squealing like ooh, and have a taste of the pie. Have her piece of her pie. And of course she'll be telling the people, oh, there's a key here.
Damn it, Saevrick.
I was gonna use a
And
much
then
worse word
Arisa
than that.
took the
I'm
chest
sure.
first.
I deleted it though.
Alright. So yes. What do you do now?
Well, there's still the other one, but that's probably the wrong one now.
Is there another door like across the street from us, or?
There is a door right here that actually has a keyhole.
Onward and upward, I suppose, as they say.
This might sound crazy, but we might want to use
Might want to use what?
the key on the door.
And
Oh,
now you're
no.
talking. Clearly, I want to open another chest and get blasted in the face by water.
This is why I'm the leader.
So where's the door?
This way.
The door.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're opening the door, I'm assuming.
Bruger, by the way, will laugh at me.
Of course.
Like, you
Click.
should have seen your face, lad.
So click,
And
open
then
door.
Risa will be gloating. She'll say, "You should have let me pick the chest first, because I know that's a pie and it's from Kitsune, and I know this is my room." She'll be gloating like that.
I'm just gonna look at her and go, "You fainted in the fire."
Shut up.
Yeah, that's what she'll say. She'll say, "Shut up."
Like, I got splashed in the face, you fainted. We're even.
All right, you guys first.
Okay, there's another door at the end of this hallway.
Bruger's just walking up. He's like, whatever.
Whatever,
Is it-
guys.
I want to check to make sure it's not trapped because I don't.
Go ahead and do a perception.
At this point, these dick gods could do any number of things. Who the fuck knows?
Yep. It does not appear to be
Last-
trapped.
Last thing I expected was to get shot in the face with a water jet.
All right, I'm gonna give it a go then.
Click. Oh, I revealed too much. Damn. Whoop. Lap. Lap.
I saw it all. I saw it all.
Of course you
The
did.
map, the map, the map.
The map, the map, the map.
The map, a map, a map. Alright. There is yet another pedestal in front of you and a bunch of stone walls.
Of course there's stone walls.
All right, what's this pedestal say?
The earth itself shall help you see the quickest way to get to me.
Oh, Grum.
I was gonna look at Grum and go, you.
You up!
What? Me?
Well, clearly I was wrong. This room is the Aruku.
Oh, so what do I do here?
I don't know. What do you do? You're the one who has the earth powers. Look, I already got us through the fire and got sprayed in the face with water.
Well, what do I see? Is just like we're just in the hallway?
You are currently just... There's a lot of walls. There's an opening, like, here, and down there, and a little bit up there, and down here.
How do you...
Right?
Let's just...
Well, it might split your stream, but it'll still be at, like, walking virus, blah, 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 /live.
Yeah. Question is, did it actually go back up? Yeah, I think it went to a oh, nope, it's back up. Okay. It's on the same one even. Woo!
Nice.
Okay.
Be back.
We back.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Yes. So, what were you doing now before we got interrupted with the stream being a son of a bitch?
Oh, I was just gonna follow the way.
Okay.
Freaking maze.
Well, it's not like I can just punch through the walls.
Can't just punch through the walls, man.
And we're offline again.
Really?
Holy
Ah!
crap, we are.
And we're back on again.
We're her back on.
What the crap is with this?
Someone was doing clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off.
Obviously, we need to feed the hamsters.
Somehow I think it's Shell's fault.
We're just gonna go ahead and blame her, because that sounds like a really good idea.
I'm following this group, by the way.
Okay. Because maze. Also, go ahead and do perception if you were doing perception for traps, Ganel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just looking around. Of course, they always do good roll.
Alright. You do see something. Probably about, like, here. Seems to be a little bit off.
I'm going to point that out. I'm going to hold a second there. Let me set it off first.
All right.
Let me take care of it first.
Da-da.
As long as it squirts you in the face with a bolt of water, but I doubt it'll be water this time. It'll probably be a rock.
Do a sleight of hand to try to disarm this or check it out.
Yeah, also it was about here, so you need to go up one more.
My bad.
Okay. You managed to find like a loose pebble and kind of slide it underneath there and make sure that it doesn't actually press down properly.
I hate your god so much.
I approve of her attempting to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
And one day, Grum, I hope you succeed.
Yes, and it will feel glorious.
Glorious.
300 Grums. You can't stop you at all.
Glorious.
I won't give in.
I won't give in till victorious.
I will refrain. Okay. Bop. Okay. You're right there. Okay. Blam. Blam. Blam.
I'm
Blam.
just following.
Blam.
I'm just keeping close to Grum.
Can I check to see if the walls are like touching the ceiling?
Oh, they are.
Damn it.
So where
This
you
is an
going?
opening. I'm gonna do. Wait, I'm gonna have Ganel check for traps first.
Okay.
Damn, that was close.
To the best of your knowledge, nothing there. Do 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 do.
This place is amazing.
Amazing. Ha ha ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay. Go ahead and make a deck save, Grum.
No.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Time to get punched in the face with a rock. Watch it be like a tiny little rock that just shoots her in the face. Like it barely does any damage, just like thunk.
So a couple little odd things happen. Firstly, you feel the, like, press down of your foot sinking more into the ground, so you know something bad's about to happen. But also in that split second, you kind of actually get a weird vision of the actual mechanisms in the wall as the wall juts out and tries to literally just hit you with a segment of wall, and you manage to dodge out of the way.
Fuck Haruku.
Yeah, so
Brannick
what,
says
is
that,
that
by the
is
way.
that area blocked now?
No. It was, like, out the wall here.
Ah. Alright, I'm gonna wait for Ganel to check more traps.
Go ahead and check it. Check it, boyo. Yep, did we go offline again? No, maybe. Nope, we're good. Okay. To the best of your knowledge, there are no traps.
What he said.
Da-dun, 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 da-dun.
By the way, me and Bridget will be careful to not step where Grum had stepped and caused things to try to punch her in the face.
Yeah.
Is that a
Dun-dun,
wall?
dun-dun.
Facing?
Hang on, yeah. That is a wall, yes. And that is a wall. As you get about there, you kind of sense something.
Oh.
You can,
Oof, I
you
thought I was
can,
gonna get another trap.
you can actually feel something on the other side of that wall. Like it's just a constant steady vibration and you can just see it.
I don't think I got anything that I could make walls or stuff, but I don't know if I can like tear it out. Wait, let me check.
These gods and their shenanigans.
Yep.
So I'm gonna tell them that I sense something on this wall, like whatever's behind this wall. Can I tap it to see if it's like, if it feels like, I guess like really solid or hollow or like?
Go ahead and give it a tap.
So that's like a perception.
Yep. It seems like it's relatively sturdy, but it's not like as thick as the rest of the walls. Go ahead and make a history, Grum.
Oh, this is like her best one.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Ah!
You suddenly,
Totally
suddenly have a memory of when you first met Aruku in the dream, and what he did, where he cut out a segment of the wall, and just dragged your sorry ass through it.
Ah. I wonder. I don't think I can do that though. Can I?
Well, what do you have that might be able to help with that? that your powers have gifted you with.
The stone form?
No.
Oh, that's right! I forgot! Oh, okay. I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna use my ignore armor on that particular wall.
Alright, go ahead and, just for the lulz, make the attack against the inanimate object.
Oh, sweet Jesus, let her crit. I want her to hit the wall so hard it just detonates. Damn it, no crit.
No crit, but pretty close.
I mean, 16 points of damage is still 16 points.
Yeah. Grum
Yeah,
brings up her
touch it
axe and
first
just...
to do the ignore armor, and then go smash!
Smash!
Grom smash!
No, Ruku. No.
And ends up just making a hole through the wall, and there's a door right here. As soon as you bust through the room, or the wall, I should say, you notice that there's just a tiny little, machine that's just constantly, tapping the ground. Not very hard, but it's just tapping. Please be a nat one. Hey, how's it going, Aruku?
Can I pick it up?
You could try.
Okay, I try to pick it up.
You pick it up, and it's still just sitting there, tapping your hand now. Sending small vibrations
like the little
through.
bird from, Homer, it just keeps hitting the space bar.
Doesn't exactly look like that, but your character would guess that it was meant to, keep making some type of noise.
I'm gonna try to use it on the door. Try to tap it on the door.
It just makes a little thud, 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 thud.
I don't know what I'm doing with it.
Well, just keep it. It looks interesting.
Is there any keys? No keys around the room?
Is the door even locked?
You don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna let
No,
Ganel check it for traps.
Rannick is over this. He's just gonna grab the door handle and twist.
Wait, no!
And it opens.
Oh, okay.
He's just gonna look around and go, I hate them all. Single one of them. If we didn't need them for universal balance, I'd be tempted to let them die.
Oh, lordy.
Alright. Another door.
Throws her open.
Oh my goodness.
There is a lot of very odd-looking pillars. And there's also the little pedestal right about here. Again.
Alright, what's the pedestal say?
The pedestal says... Da, 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 da. The wind can help you see what's true, provided you know what to do.
Oh, that's brutal.
Oh, where's that gust of wind?
Da,
So,
da.
these pillars, anything stand out about them?
They all have some rather ornate designs. Mostly of, some type of, winged creature in general. Birds, dragons, harpies. All manner of flying creatures displayed on them.
All right. So where is his little gusty thing that he can do?
Gust of wind dance.
No, none of that.
Isn't this his axe?
Well, he has gust of wind 3 times a day.
Yeah.
of these pillars. Brudrin's gonna gust of wind this way.
Okay. Lets out a gust of wind. It seems to kind of just hit the pillar. Not really much happens to this one. It kind of seems to just disperse on this one. Changing direction to where now? Because he has to actually, like, change it. So, that way. Seems to just kind of disperse again against that one.
That way.
It actually starts wobbling a bit. Like just a midsection of it.
He will reposition to here so he can shoot it.
Reposition to where?
Reposition there and fire it that way.
Yeah, that same thing is just kind of wobbling a bit. Like the same image is kind of just wiggling about.
What's the image?
It appears to be a dragon.
He'll fire it this way.
Still just
Or
wobbly.
shift it. Still wobbly.
Although the actual image that's wobbling is on this side. Like, it's still catching it a bit, but it's kind of like shaking back and forth.
Alright, look around for dragons. Brudrin's gonna look around for dragons.
Okay.
Is he gonna be doing anything else with that?
He's gonna actually re-aim it so it doesn't mess with anybody to go this way for the moment.
So we
Okay.
use perception.
Go ahead and do perception.
Brandon's gonna start looking around for more dragons.
Oh, I see. Shit. Let me do a rising.
Brandon don't see nothing.
Because you are a dragon.
Like, but that's me.
Saevrick, you managed to find one more lurking down here.
Boop. Is there someone in line? Possibly.
Brudrin will come next to him and focus it that way.
Okay, it just kind of starts shaking a bit like the other one.
Maybe instead of dragons, let's look for another one. Maybe something with more with feathers.
Brudrin will blast it this way from where he's standing.
He'll blast it which way?
That way.
Just seems to disperse on this pillar.
That's like the pillar has
This
like
way.
different creatures on it, right?
This way, you said? It's just
Yeah.
dispersing.
This way.
Dispersing.
This way.
Kind of wiggling that dragon around a bit again.
Somebody poke the dragon symbol while it's wiggling.
I don't want to. The last time someone poked something while it's up in the air, shit happens. Like weapons starts to appear.
Vranical will
And you know what? Guess whose suggestion was that? It was you. You again. Why did you poke it?
Vranical walk over and poke it while it's wiggling. Actually, he'll try to remove it.
Oh no, that.
You try to push it in and it seems to kind of like not really do much other than kind of wiggle back and forth. You go to pull it off and it actually pops off rather easily and there's just a button behind it.
Alright, Vranica's gonna walk over to the other one and do the same thing.
Sure enough, he doesn't even need to be putting the wind on it, you just pull it off and there's a button behind it.
What does this button do?
Vranica's gonna say, could everyone do me a favor and get out of the room? I'll eat whatever's about to happen.
Gladly.
Get
Vranica will push the button that's right in front of him.
Shouldn't it be Brudrin to press the button just in case if there's a big wind that happens, he can fly. Well, if it'll be much better if once it dies down, he doesn't go
Actually-
flat on the floor. Or who can use, he can manipulate the wind around him.
He's gonna tell Brudrin on the count of 3. They're both gonna push the button simultaneously.
Okay.
It'll be like 1, 2, 3, push. They
Okay.
both push.
You both push the button. You hear a lot of loud mechanical whirring and clicking coming from the door. And then it just kind of makes a very loud, satisfying thud.
Okay, I think that worked. Can you go, Ganel, can you go check the door?
Ease open.
You go to open it, and it opens right up.
Ease open.
Big Al said, "Dog can't look up."
Okay.
All right.
Toss
All
this
right.
one.
You open the door. There's a rather large room with a lot of bookcases and different statues. Some of them seem to be holding, like... There's one that's holding, like, a sword and shield. There's one that's holding a great sword. There's one that's holding, like, a lance. There's one on, like, an actual steed. There's...
Ooh, a fight!
Oh, what? Oh.
Grum's excited for combat.
There's another one that's just in very, like, kingly garb. And then there's a couple that just seem to be more like scholars and seem to have a couple books in their hand.
See any plaque in this room?
Yep. Right in the doorway.
Alright, what kind of bullshit is this?
Yeah,
The
bravery.
greatest means to protect lands come not from simple strength of hands. Within me lies the greatest key to any kingdom's victory.
Diplomacy!
Clearly, it's whichever one involves the books.
Okay, which ones are holding, or which ones are scholarly looking, I guess I should say.
There's one here and one here.
Okay, I'll move to this one here.
Brandon will check this one.
Can we check it out?
Okay, who wants to hear what first? Since there's two separate ones.
You want to hear it first?
Yeah, I'll go. That's cool.
Yours has, like, military tactics and, like, it basically looks like he has 3 books in his hand. One of them appears to be military tactics, general leadership, and economics. Vrennick, yours appears to be the art of diplomacy, spell casting, and kind of like, what's the right word? Crap, I know the word for farming.
Agriculture.
Agriculture, thank you. God. Brain!
I'll relay that back to Ganel. What you got over there?
Mostly war-related such.
Okay.
Military planning.
So does it look like there's a button or something we can push on here, or some sort of, like, are the books removable?
There does appear to be, like, a button at the base of each of these statues, yes.
Which one? Okay, I'm gonna look at Ganel and very clearly say, you've dealt with him more. Which one?
Oh, well, he's more knowledge-based. I would not say military planning, personally.
So you want me to push the button on this statue?
Yeah.
Vrennick is going to sigh, ready himself, and push the button.
click. Whir. Lots and lots of shaking. You almost feel like this place is about to come down.
Oh, fantastic.
And then suddenly, pedestal rises up in the center here.
Oh, sweet Godric, thank you.
Thank merciful crap. Seems to be that same pedestal that every single other one has had.
All right, everyone, in we go.
In we go. All in one step in time. All in one step in time.
Brannick and Berger's putting the crystals in.
You do like you usually do, and you feel that surge of power once more as it kind of overtakes you, and everything just seems perfectly fine now. The place had still been shaking a bit, but it just stopped.
That wasn't such a chore, now was it?
Roll an insight real quick.
I knew I should say anything.
Wee.
Oh, thank God I didn't.
You hear a very, very faint whisper in your mind like, I fucking told you they could do it.
God, it's a good thing Brannick didn't hear that. He would be like, I swear I will punch all of you.
I swear to God.
I swear to me.
Swear to me.
Exactly. Alright, I'm just gonna look at everyone. Everyone ready to leave this shithole?
Yeah.
I'm definitely ready.
Did we do the
That's what we were just doing.
yeah.
So we're going to carefully tromp our way back out in the marching order, I guess you could say.
All right. As you start heading back through the rooms, all the shit's gone.
Sweet.
Like, there's no
no
more of the
chest?
pillar bullshit. There's none of the chests. There's none of the fucking walls. There's none of the fire. It's just gone.
What else do we get from the treasure?
The treasure is friendship.
And banding together against these asshole gods you hate so much, apparently.
Yeah, for the second time tonight, I feel like throwing up.
Uh-oh. Too much cheese.
I guess that should be fine. I mean, Grum is not really that crazy about well. But if this was easy would be mad.
But
Yeah, but
yes,
we're
you
gonna
make
get
it.
some sort
You
of
make it back outside.
Power.
Sweet.
Celebrate good
Oh,
times.
look, everyone go, okay, so we have two options here. We can head back up the path away, back to Heaven's Landing, because that's between us and the clearly volcano that's going to happen.
Shouldn't we wait for to get attuned with whatever powers that we get
Well,
first?
in that case, I was going to say the other option is we head back to Baldur's Gift for a bit, get some rest, and see if we can use the teleporter to get to Heaven's Landing.
Well, we need to get some rest, and maybe when we get a dream, we can ask them how we can survive the volcano. Because if we started fainting just because of the fire, we're not gonna even be able to get further inside that volcano. So
Yeah.
we need some help.
All right, let's head back to Baldur's Gift then, and stay with my cousin, Will.
All right. As a heads up for you, because you remember roughly where this is, it's gonna be about a day and a half journey both ways, no matter. So whichever one you guys want to go to, it's
We'll
gonna
head
be
to
the same
Baldur's
trip.
Gift 'cause we can bother the teleporty guy.
Okay.
Right down the road.
Right down the road.
Right down the road.
Right down. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
We're gonna go get some boss weapons.
All right. So it's It's oddly enough only
no.
about midday. You guys weren't in there for very long.
I hope the harpies show up, by the way, folks, because I want to hit them really hard with a flame sword.
All right.
Cook some chicken.
So, Malik's kind of waiting out there. Oh, so we're going to Baldur's Gift again. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Malik and go, yeah. I think the safest method here will be going back there, staying with my cousin, and seeing if the gods try to contact us in the dream again. Because if I'm right, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful volcano.
Yeah. Oh,
How
volcanoes.
is it out here, Malik? Anything interesting happen?
Not really, although the mountain kind of shook for a moment, and then when I turned back around, all these arches were kind of just decayed.
Yeah, that was probably us getting the crystals juiced up again.
Ah, yes, of course. That happens every time, although it doesn't usually decay it. Is it because this is a tomb? He kind of starts, like, muttering to himself, just...
I'm just gonna let him mutter a bit, like, yeah, just think about that.
Anyways, onward we go. Yes, yes, yes!
Yeah, Malik, you guard the rear and keep a sharp eye out for harpies.
Very well, very well.
Bertrand, Grum, I want you in the back with Malik. Me and Riz will be in the middle. Bertrand, you and Ganel up front.
Okay.
Just keep an eye out for the fucking harpies, because if they come within range, I'm gonna blast them. I'm not even in the mood.
All right. Go ahead and roll perceptions.
First one will be me.
Nice.
Well, at least I rolled a 20 at some point. I ain't even mad.
Okay. Vranik. You catch the noise about like halfway through the rest of the day. You hear kind of a weird screeching sound a long distance away.
From what direction?
Coming from behind you now. You turn around and you can see like a dozen little weird flying things coming after you.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Malik just... Really?
I'm just
Really?
gonna point them out to everybody.
I suggest we take cover. It's a lot of them.
Is there any cover nearby?
Not really, you're on the tiny ass little path. And he just, you know what? He pulls out his lute and just starts playing. Just ignore them. And he just keeps doing it.
Let's keep moving, guys. If they get within range,
You feel emboldened as he starts playing.
Up, 2, 3, 4.
Well, if they
Pretty
get
much.
close, me and Brudrin have the javelin of lightning.
Yeah, you might lose it.
Oh, that's true.
And it's also pretty close that they'd have to be for that to be effective.
But if they're stupid enough to get close enough, I'll start casting Shatter.
Yeah. Alright. So, you proceed forward for a little bit. They get to about like 300 feet out, and you start hearing a bunch of them start singing. Go ahead and I'll just say make like 3 wisdom saves. You have advantage on all of them, by the way.
All 3 of those are mine.
Bloop,
Here's the brood.
bloop, bloop.
So Bertrand's
Alright.
first one is a 5. Well, at least the advantage helps because of that 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brannick this time though was like 16, 17, 26. Brannick gives no shits. Man, Grum did good.
Grum did real good.
Yeah. So really, Brudrin's the problem?
No, I'm the problem too. I got an 8.
Yeah, as I'd say, Ganel and Malik actually stop moving and start going the other direction.
Okay, since I was near Malik, I'm gonna grab for him. I'm gonna see someone to. I'm gonna look around our party and I'm gonna see, like, tell them to stop anyone that's trying to move towards that
Is
direction.
Brudrin okay?
Where is Brudrin? Brudrin is also walking backwards.
Wait, it's both Ganel,
Ganel, Malik, and Brudrin.
Oh my god. Okay, well, Arisa's gonna try. Who was Arisa next to?
Probably. Does that say probably Brannick? Because I thought Brannick was bringing up the rear.
Brannick was actually in the middle along with Arisa.
Ah. Well then, yeah, you're still with
The
Arisa.
one in the front was Brudrin and Ganel, right?
Yeah, both of them are they trying to walk towards the Harpies?
Yes.
Oh, then you two can stop them. I'm stopping Malik.
Attempt to slap Ganel in the face.
Okay. Ganel, go ahead and make a wisdom save again. You kind of snap out of it after he slaps you. You kind of still feel a little bit of a sting on your face.
And then I'll slap Brudrin.
Ow.
Okay. Make the Brudrin save.
That's all I'll say. It's effective. Brudrin.
Oh my god.
Brudrin seems completely unhindered by your slapping. You're flailing.
I'm gonna go to knee him in the nads.
As I say, he's trudging forward, so you're kind of running after him. Go ahead and make one more save before that happens, though.
Who, me or him?
Him.
For fuck's
Oh
sake.
god, Brudrin.
Nah, no luck. So you go and you try to knee him in the nads. Go ahead and this one actually roll. Oh, also I should have Malik save.
Yeah, I'm totally not gonna hit Brudrin. Or I'll crit him! I'll crit him!
Yeah, Malik's still struggling against you, by the way, Grum. Go ahead and do an athletics if you're going to try to keep holding him.
I critted Brudrin's nads.
I'm gonna...
So you're managing to hold on to Malik. Yes, you definitely do. Go ahead and roll the wisdom save again.
He should clearly get a bonus because, you know, his poor little nads.
He does snap out of it, and now he's cupping himself and tearing up slightly.
I'm just gonna say, sorry man, but you weren't listening otherwise.
Thank you.
I'm gonna slap Malik.
Okay.
Oh, do I have to do a strength
Are they
check?
still outside of range?
You'd have to let go of Malik in order to do that, and they are about 220 feet now.
They're
I'm gonna
well
walk
within
up
range.
and pop Malik on the back of his head.
You know, I could just bite his hand.
They're well within round range of my longbow right now.
Let's see here.
Are they getting now? If you could do me the favor,
You
get up there and kill some of them.
You smack him in the back of the head, and he kind of like, ah! Oh, thank you.
I'm going to look right at these little motherfuckers. I'm going to start walking. towards them. I'm like, oh, this is just, I've had enough. I'm gonna say, excuse me, I'm going to kill some of them.
Fair enough. Ganel, you're starting to head up as well, yeah? To, like, take some pop shots?
Absolutely.
Alright, Malik actually kind of, like, goes, or does a quick little song on his lute with a couple weird words, and you're moving a lot faster.
Okay,
Ooh.
the instant I get within 120 feet of one of them, I'm going to shoot at it.
Okay. So first Ganel's gonna get to take quite a few shots.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Shots.
We'll take some
I'm gonna say as we're walking, I'm gonna say, Grum, do me a favor, keep an eye on the rest of them.
Alright.
Sure thing. Unless I get drunk.
Oh.
Oh no! Oh no!
Roll another d20, please.
I'm gonna get shot in the back. Watch this. Well, actually, he's gonna fire and just shoot himself in the foot. It'll be glorious.
The winking emoticon is just taunting us. Just taunting us. It truly
So how
is
much
a
damage was
taunting
that?
shot.
I'm sorry?
How much damage is that? 20? Okay.
20.
20 piercing. Oh god.
Okay. So, you go to... Do you usually, like, kneel to take the naughty shot? Like, just kind of
Oh,
get the...
absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
So you go to take the knee, and you, like, are pulling back the bow as you take the knee because you want to be all cool and, like, slide into the position and let it fly. You go to slide down onto the knee and accidentally kind of, like, slide a bit too much, fall backwards, and the shot goes right into Malik's chest. Ah! Damn it! Not again! You weren't actually used to the speed because you were moving a lot faster, so you kind of just like time warped into falling down.
That's amazing.
Just laugh and go, oh my, really? Again? In the same spot.
Yep, it didn't drop, it just went to a different thing because I hit things. Damn it!
Buttons.
That
is beautiful.
Leave.
You gotta check with the
Malik's health, right?
Oh, Shatter's within
There we
60
go.
feet. Good.
I think he is half.
Good.
Alright. So that was one. You get to make another attack because you're super hasted.
Come on, one.
Come on, one. You managed to hit one. Let me check something real quick.
It's 23 piercing.
Where are you? 23? You... Oh, roll your sneak attack? Or is that with the sneak attack?
I mean, if they don't see me coming, it would be, but I don't know if that would apply in this case.
Oh, true, that's right.
I don't want to cheat the system here.
That's right. So yeah, you catch one, and it's definitely hurting a bit. Okay, so they're moving a little bit closer. Vranik, are you moving towards them, or are you just waiting?
Oh, no, I'm gonna get towards him. Actually, I'm gonna get up until I'm within 50 feet.
Until you're within 50 feet?
Until I can get within 50 feet, and I have a couple of them within 50 feet of me that are hopefully like grouped up nice. I'm gonna shatter.
Okay.
Hit as many of them as I can. But the shatter has it's a 10-foot sphere within 60 feet.
Yeah.
I need to hopefully catch as many of them as I can.
Let's see here. Malik kinda runs after you. He does another, like, little play on the guitar type thing. And you're now hasted. Oh wait, no.
Music.
Never mind. He can only concentrate on one. I forgot. Haste is concentrate.
Only concentrate on the one haste. Keep it on Ganel.
Wah. Ganel. He does do something else though.
Okay.
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, damn. That's concentration too. Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna kind of wait and just play a rousing tune. Ganel, you now have Bardic Inspiration. That's a D8, I believe.
Sweet.
Alright, so Ganel gets to take another shot. Another couple shots, rather. Same one, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'm trying to take one down.
Okay. You let loose another one and it drops that one plummeting out of the sky, going down into the far-reaching chasm below.
Sweet. One more.
Shot! Yeah, catches another one. They're about, I'd say, like, 180 feet from you. They're probably about 120 from you, Vranik.
Yeah, I'm. Well, if I can get one at 120, I'll take a pot shot at it with my acid.
Okay. Acid bolt!
Is one of the ones he shot still kind of floating, flying?
Yes, the one that he just hit is currently within range.
That's the one I'm zapping.
Pew! You managed to do a little bit to it, yeah. Its skin is starting to melt a little bit.
That was a crap roll on my 2d10.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep walking up though.
Sounds about right.
I'm like stomping up, like I am going to kill them.
Alright, so you keep moving forward after the acid bolt. They fly in. They're about 40 feet from you now.
From
All
Ganel
of them.
and me.
They're about 40 feet from you. They're about, 80 feet from Ganel.
Oh, good.
But Ganel gets to go first. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ganel. By the way, are they clumped together fairly well?
There's a couple that are pretty clumped together.
Oh, good. Good. I'm going to catch as many of them as I can in a 10-foot sphere.
Blah. Just wasted that one.
What? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
13. I was rolling my inspiration.
Oh,
die
I
with
see. Let me
that. Yeah,
see
the
here.
inspiration.
You actually managed to catch it.
Sweet. So,
It takes a big hit to one of its wings and kind of just starts plummeting out of the sky.
nice.
Cracks down onto the rocks below and just keeps bouncing down. Next one also manages to catch one in the wing.
I wish some 20s were on the other side.
Yeah. Alright, but yeah, there's probably, like, if it's a 10-foot sphere, you said, Brannick?
Yeah.
You'd probably be able to catch, like, 3 of them.
That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to cast it as a 5th level spell.
Okay.
'Cause I have
Do
one, so
it.
it's gonna be 5d8.
And they have to make con saves, yeah?
Give me a second. I'm going to roll my 3d8 and then just roll 2 more. Also, I think I'm going to re-roll that 1 that's in there. Let me see if I get any other shitty ones. Okay, so I'm going to re-roll the 1
Okay.
using one of my meta magics.
Whoop!
And get it really. So that's 4, 8 plus 9 is 17. I did 19, a DC con of 15 for half.
Okay. How do I want to do this? Okay. So, two of them seem to be very unaffected by it. Including the one that kind of was already injured. It seems just kind of like, yeah, whatever. One of them, its head explodes. And just plummets. The other ones kind of get distracted and seemed a bit freaked out when they get a bunch of, like, harpy guts on them. So now... Ganel. Also, is anyone else doing anything? Because everyone's just kind of been like, I'm just gonna sit here.
So does Araza have any spells she can cast, or?
Bring the thunder! That's gonna be on Grum, though. Thunder! Oh, wow, 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 wow.
I mean, we're gonna make shots for now.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them hit at least.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one, you shoot the same one that you've already got. That one kind of plummets. And then the second one just kind of misses into the air.
Okay, so you tell it. You tell it.
All right. So we're gonna have Ariza move up till she gets within about 80 feet of these things.
Okay.
And then she's gonna cast Call Lightning.
All right.
It has 120, or it has 120-foot range, so she'll cast it and put the cloud right over their fucking head.
Oh, then she doesn't need to be 80 feet
And then we'll just have her spend
within.
her turn dropping lightning bolts on them.
It doesn't have to be 80 feet.
All right.
Well, she needs to be within 120 feet of the point that she's making the storm.
Yeah, you said
So
80
if she's
feet.
within
That's what I
80,
was
she
like.
can make the storm cover them, and she can drop lightning bolts when they try to run.
Ah, got it. So yeah, she moves up. She's about 80 feet in there, roughly. Call lightning, and then it's dex saves, yes?
Okay, it says cast at what level?
Cast at the minimum that it allows.
The minimum. Okay, I guess the minimum is the level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be generous. So yeah, there was a little bit of a bunched up one after the one's head exploded, because a couple of them kind of backed off and just, what the fuck? She caught the entire cluster. And they all seem to get a little bit fried. They're still flying. They just seem really unhappy.
Yeah, well, next round she can drop another bolt on their head.
They're also freaking out at all this and actually start trying to fly away.
Nah, keep killing them. Frank's gonna say,
Right.
I want them taken out so they do not bother anybody else on this fucking path.
Yeah. So Ganel, go ahead and take your shots.
Take them naughty shots.
Okay.
12s though.
Jesus,
You
man,
actually
just
managed to
keep-
drop 2.
All right.
I will keep them within range if I can hit multiple with Shatter again.
You can barely get a shatter on like 2 of them, yeah.
Actually, hold on a second. There
What
it
other
is.
bullshit can I pull?
Well, yeah, because I have Acid Ray. Or Scorching Ray, really, but same thing. So I can cast it at minimum casting level 2 for how many volts? I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray. I just need to see what caster level. Oh, so if I do it for 4th, I'll get I will get 3, 4. I'll get 5 rays that I can just fire at people.
Ooh.
I'm going to cast it as a 4th level spell.
Okay.
So I get 5 little green dragons over my hand. This has 120-foot range. Are any of these things out of range for me?
Nope.
Okay, how many are standing right now?
There's about like 8 left. 3 of which are still slightly cooked.
So the 3 slightly
And
cooked.
and 2 of which, I was about to say, and 1 of which is one that you actually hurt its eardrums with the shatter.
Oh, the one that I hurt, it's getting 1 of them for sure. We'll see if it's still standing. There's the first shot.
It's still up.
2.
Still there.
All right, 3.
Yeah, it's gone.
All right, I'll pick one of the scorched ones. It gets 4.
Okay. It's still up.
And it'll get number 5.
It's still up, but it's really, really unhappy.
Okay, and then we'll probably just have Ariza do her next bolt of fucking lightning on their heads.
Okay. There is a cluster of the 3 of them, and then a cluster of the 4 of them. The 3 has, like, a couple of the ones that have been scorched already. The 4 is not scorched.
Hit the ones.
Cold lightning again.
Yeah, but
Yep.
you actually don't use up the spell slot this time because you actually have it. You can just keep calling lightning bolts.
Cool lightning!
You just roll the call lightning damage on the group that already got scorched. Ha! I'm just gonna look at Ganel and go, we gonna eat good tonight, son. And I'm gonna look at him and go, and I know you're not gonna eat it.
All right. So 2 of them
Disgust.
just fall out, and 1 gets scorched anew.
Are they panicking now?
Oh, they're freaking the fuck out and trying to fly away as fast as they can.
Oh yeah, I'm until they get out of range, I'm gonna keep fucking stomping like an angry metal god after them.
Yeah, they're...
And Grum is just stewing on at the rear because I don't have anything ranged that. Well, I have 1, but I'll lose it.
Ganel,
I'm
go
just
ahead and
doing-
make your shots.
Oh my fucking
Holy
Christ.
shit, dude.
Jesus.
I'm gonna move and dash so I can keep up with them too, by the way.
So yeah, you didn't have any luck doing the shots. And you're moving and dashing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you zip past Brannick.
Fast elf.
I should be able to move like, what, 140 feet? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Just pew! You see the flash go by you.
I'm just gonna smile and go, yeah.
Alright, so Brannick, they're probably just at the edge of 120 feet.
Well, I'm gonna move up my 30 feet. And I'm gonna fire a level 4 scorching ray again so I get 5 bolts.
Do it! Just do it!
And I'm going to aim at I'm gonna start with the ones that have already been hurt and start trying to pick them off.
Okay,
So, bolt 1. Probably missed.
got it. Still up.
Oh, it got still up. Bolt 2. Ooh, that's a nice damage roll.
It is a
That's
nice
max
damage roll.
on the bolt. That's
It's-
maximal on one of the bolts.
It's still... Let me double check. Yeah, it's still up, barely. It's limping, flying.
Third. Nah, that probably misses.
It dodges out of the way, the 3rd one.
Fourth.
The fourth one kind of catches
you
it in its
wish
wing
you
and
had
just
this
melts
written?
its off, or melts off one of its wings as it just starts plummeting to the ground.
And if one of them is still damaged, it gets number 5.
Nope, it's all the fresh ones now. And you kind of singe one of them a little bit.
I'm gonna say you leave travelers alone if you want to live.
If you want to live. All right. Now, who else? I'd be Ariza with her real lightning.
Let's see.
It's made with
Can she-
lightning. Real
Are they within
lightning.
range of her zapping them?
Yes, barely.
Yeah, call lightning on the other group, then blast them.
Blast! Oh my god, I'm rolling low today.
On 3d10. Oh.
Blah. All right. Do 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 do. So two of them kind of learned a little bit and seemed to get out of the way just slightly. They still get a little bit singed, but it's not nearly as bad. And then the other two kind of take the brunt of it for them.
I'm gonna yell at Ganel. Take a couple more pot shots to come on back.
Yeah, they're only about like 80 feet out from Ganel.
Yeah, I'm sure he can reach him.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of, Ganel gets to take a shot at him. Shots.
Fucking ones, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god!
Roll another d20.
But then that second one.
That's it, you're gonna kill Malik tonight.
Oh, he's too far away to hit Malik now, but he might hit me.
No, he really isn't.
What's the range on the bow? Oh,
250 feet.
Well,
320.
technically,
320 feet.
yeah.
Oh, is it 3?
Well,
Yeah, it's
unless
320. Whew.
Yeah. Have a long bow
Oh, okay. Hang on. I've got to. Okay. So you're sprinting up and like trying to shoot them still again. You oddly enough do the same thing where you go to do something and you slide too much and it messes up your aim. It shoots backwards. Missing Vranik barely. Malik sees it coming for him and just drops to the floor. Now you're doing this on purpose!
I'm
As the
gonna
Larry
scream
just-
back. Ah, he slipped. I saw it. He needs to stop trying to do fancy shit.
Alright, and then the second shot actually does catch one of them. What is that? It's really, really limping, but it's not quite dead yet.
Are they still within 120 feet of me?
After you move up, they will barely be.
Then we're doing one more. 5 shots. Starting with...
Oh, by the way, Grum,
Yes?
there technically was something you could do. And I'm willing to say that you would have been chasing after Vranik, just to make sure that, you know, bullshit didn't happen. You have Conjure
Okay.
Volley.
Oh my fucking god! Yes, I did! Oh,
You know what?
shit.
Let's let her do her conjure volley on this one.
Yeah,
I'll
on-
wait for her.
Holy
On the 4
fuck.
remaining.
Yeah, if you wanna blast them with one of your
javelin.
non-magical lances.
Javelin.
I didn't set it up as a thing, because
Well, no. So
I didn't have a chance.
So you just need to roll the damage and they make their saves. You
Yeah.
can figure it out from there.
Yep. So it's 8d8.
Yeah, it's 150 feet too.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, you have it.
I realize I have flame strike and I
Oh my god.
really fucked them up.
Oh god, and each creature in a 40-foot radius too.
Yeah, you can hit all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Well, no,
okay.
just go ahead and we'll say you can do it.
So what the hell do I do? I do 8d8 damage?
Yes.
8d8.
So you're gonna do slash roll 8d8. What weapon are you gonna toss up to be eaten by the volley? Do you have like a non-magical javelin?
I get javelins, yeah.
Yeah, just use one of the non-magical. It does get consumed.
Holy
So
fuck.
there's just gonna be
What crappy damage is this?
Yeah, there's gonna be a rain of fucking javelins.
Crappy
in the
damage?
air.
Yeah, 31 damage is so crappy. I'm sorry. Okay.
You know, I'm half tempted. If any of them are alive after this, I'm gonna take my turn to flame strike.
That's like
All right.
that's like half of the potential damage.
So 2 of them end up kind of like skirting in between the... Well, here's essentially how it ends up working. You feel the crystal kind of activating as you like think of how to activate it. You chuck the javelin up, it kind of just disappears, like blinks out of existence, and then suddenly a portal opens up above all the harpies, and just a rain of fucking javelins starts falling from the sky. A couple of them start skirting around, and manage to...
gonna nod, be like, not bad.
Couple of them kind of like skitter around and are only getting slightly grazed by him. 2 of them get fucking skewered. One of them just straight up drops, and the other one is in a really bad spot.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
take,
I'm sorry, no.
half damage.
Actually, I forgot. They took a little bit of call lightning. Okay, never mind. 2 of them drop.
There's 2 left,
Yes.
but I can't get within 60 feet of them, can I?
Can
Not
Arisa
really. They're
do,
2 up.
Call lightning again?
After Brannick does his nonsense, sure.
You know, I'll wait for her to call lightning first, and then I'll see what I want to do.
All right. So, whoop.
That's a nice roll.
That is a pretty nice roll. Oh God, really?
Max.
Okay, hang on.
Max.
Okay, this is actually too funny. So she calls down lightning once more upon them. One of them tries to get out of the way but ends up running into their buddy, and they just end up cooking themselves, essentially, as they get fully struck by the lightning. And they just fall out of the sky lifeless.
Yeah!
Do 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 do
I
do
completely
do.
forgot about Conjure Valley. I completely
Well, I mean, it is brand new, and we haven't played in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't played in weeks. Oh my goodness, I completely
I'm
forgot
gonna
about
kind of
that.
catch up to Ganel and look at him and go, "You're really good with the bow, but stop it with the fancy shit, man."
I didn't think you would mind.
Not normally, but
Twice in one day.
I mean, I'm gonna have to help fix
Please
him.
remind me.
I forgot you. I forgot I had Flame Strike. I should have done that first, because that thing does 8d6.
Yeah.
And I can, and I don't know if you'd allow it, Virus, but my other DMs have allowed me to alter the pillar direction.
Pretty much,
I have
yeah.
a question for you, actually.
Yes.
On the animate object, right? Let's
Yes.
say if I made a javelin and I animate it, will it like fly off through the air by itself?
Animate objects, I'm pretty sure you, like, command them in some sense.
So I have I'm gonna have access to animate object as a cleric, and I am going to use it. If the object you animate does not have any like legs, it flies.
Yep.
So I could have just chucked one of my axe then and let it fly and start hacking on those damn things.
Yeah, but then it would drop after its duration.
That's
It
true.
has a certain distance, but you could have walked up and done that. Personally, I'm a fan of the 10 coins because they're 10 tiny things and they still do a fair amount of damage individually. And they're extremely hard to take out because they're tiny ass little coins.
Yeah, but they're coins though. I'm fucking broke. I don't got coins to spare,
Do you
man.
not have copper? That's pennies. You throw 10 pennies.
But I need those pennies, man. I'm broke. I'm broke, bitch. I'm broke.
But I'm just gonna leave the corpses and I'm just gonna walk back to the rest of them. I'll look past Grum and go. So how did you summon the javelins from the sky? Yeah,
Grum
me and her
started
are the same.
to.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an echo. I don't know why.
Grum started to.
There we go.
To sense something, and I guess I just remembered I could do it.
I like that. That was cool.
Yes, Grum likes that very much too.
Mid
Sorry,
your guys' conversation, Ganel just kind of stops for a second.
You alright, Ganel?
About 6 seconds later, just comes back to being normal.
Oh, I'm gonna look at him and go, you got hasted. Okay.
Fatigued now, aren't I?
What was that?
Probably have like a level of exhaustion.
No,
No,
you
you
just
just lose a turn.
you essentially just like stop. Your body just stops because it's kind of like. Whoa.
Pull a javelin from my quiver belong. Toss it to Grum.
Yay!
You got plenty more where that came from.
I was just gonna jot down that I lost one javelin until you give me one. So
I have like 10 left.
I got 9. You gave me some before.
I don't use them, so.
Aw, yeah.
Alright, shall we continue after we've made this place safe for travelers?
Quite.
Want to grab some of that?
By the way,
those cooked harpy meat. Maybe I can bring some.
if you want to go grab some of the harpy meat, you're more than welcome to. I'm actually going to heal Malik.
Yeah, Malik kind of.
We're heading back to town, right? That sold me that harpy meat. Maybe I
Yeah.
can sell him that harpy back.
I'm actually going to cure wounds him as a 3rd level spell.
Okay, Malik's like, as you're doing that, Malik's pulling the arrow out of his chest. Just ah.
Would it be too much for me to ask for that back, I wonder?
He kind of glares at you and like, oh, most certainly, sir.
I'm gonna re-roll those.
I always
rolls.
give back the gifts that somebody decided to give me unwillingly.
I'm re-rolling those ones. I'm not gonna let that fucking shit stand.
Okay.
All hail meta magic. So, 7 plus 8 equals 4. So that's what, 15? That's 19. He gets
19. Yeah.
Almost the entirety of what he took.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder and just power it into him.
Ah.
I would say, seriously, that was not intentional. He's just showboating.
That's mostly better. Oh, I hit the damn button again. I keep forgetting. I need to fix that button.
How many harpies can I drag?
You have a ridiculous strength score, so probably quite a few.
Where?
But yeah, I'm just gonna tell Malik. I'm like, he was just trying to showboat. You can appreciate the performance, right?
Of course. One can
Sounds
always
like a
appreciate a performance.
I wasn't quite used to that spell.
Oh yes, it's an interesting one.
I think it's the first time he's been hasted. I know Brudrin and Grum have, because I've done it.
Yep, first time.
How was it?
Kind of like look at the wound on his chest. Oh.
The wound is mostly closed. Now it's kind of just scarred.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Yeah, I feel terrible about that.
I apparently
And
have some type of ammunition magnet in my chest. At least it keeps missing my heart.
Brandon's just gonna lose it. He's just gonna sit down on the ground, just start laughing like this is. I can't anymore.
And at least this time nobody kicked
Brudrin's
it.
just gonna start shaking his head and holding his nuts like my nuts still hurt.
He needs some gloves of
So
missile snaring.
No, what Malik needs to do is take a couple levels in Monk so he gets deflect missiles.
There you go.
I was about to say, actually what he really needs is he just needs that fucking, like, animated shield that blocks all fucking projectiles.
Oh, poor Malik and his gaping chest wounds.
That is now not gaping thanks to Vranik.
I got spell slots actually now, so I can kind of burn them. So
Yeah. Okay. So yes, you all proceed on for the remainder of the day, and you find that nice little cave again.
ah yes, where we tortured the weird demon thing.
How many
Yep. There's
harpies
still
do you
some of the
allow me to
weird devil
drag?
spines there,
Oh, good.
because
By the way,
nobody
she wants to
apparently got
hunt
rid
me
of
up.
them.
Dude,
Let him rot.
Virus.
Yeah.
How many harpies will you allow me to drag?
Roll a perception real quick. There's about 2 that landed on the path. The rest all kind of fell into the chasm because they were flying over it a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna bound them together. I guess some rope with me, and I'm gonna drag them.
Okay.
Will
Drag
it be easier
away.
if I just carry them, or will it be easier just to drag them?
You can just
Or
drag
just
them, yeah.
carry them?
They'll get a little bit dirty,
Okay.
but
Well, that's fine. I'm gonna sell them back to the guy I got it from. Maybe get some of that sell it for some platinum.
all right.
not a bad thing, actually. Make some
Yeah,
money back.
if he's selling me like what 30 platinum for that hunk of stuff, that's 60 platinum right there.
No, there was it was 4 platinum for
4 platinum, so that's 8 platinum right there.
Hey, money is money.
All right. But you drag it back. You all lay down to take a rest, I'm assuming. Malik puts up that little shield on the outside.
Yes,
Once you're all like gathered round, he puts up the little bubble that he always does. Now this time maybe I won't have any spines in my chest.
Well, this time, I think if those things popped up, I think we'd all wreck it. I would
Maybe.
I would look at Malik and go, we'll just haste Grum. She'll kill it on her own.
This is true.
I'm going to like lay down right next to the harpies.
You're going to be the big spoon.
No, they have feathers, so I'm gonna use like some of that downy feather. The merchant doesn't have to know I slept with them.
Harpy pillows. All right. So you're all going to go to sleep. Go ahead and do your insights.
Well, I'm going to be having a visitation. We should probably save Ariza
21
and
is it right now?
Brudrin
Yeah.
for next week. because it's almost 10 o'clock anyway, so we can go through our 3, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, Bruiser got a 10.
Rome got a 7.
All right. So we'll go with Vranik, or actually we'll go with Ganel first.
Okay.
So you start trancing. Well, I suppose Hoppies are far beneath you now. That was entertaining to watch. Particularly you shooting that... What is he? Half-elf, I believe? Shooting him in the chest was most entertaining.
I wish I could say it was the first time.
Oh, I know it's not been the first time, and it's hilarious every single time.
Well, he is in quest, so I'm trying to keep him a little longer at least.
He's what?
He's aiding our quest at least, so...
This is true. He has proved most useful.
So, what's the visit? Or are you just getting lonely now?
It is not loneliness that brings me here. It is simply the fact that I must try to prepare you better than I have been for all this.
Well, what do you wish to say to me then?
What do you know of demons?
Frankly, I know nothing
And
of
devils?
demons. I don't know if my Fey ancestry would have anything to do with this.
Not particularly. You can, like, did you, read much as a kid? Like, did you go to the library and read about, like, holy stuff much?
Not really with the upbringing I had, no.
So yeah, you don't really know too much about demons and devils and shit like that. Ha! Of course you don't. Most people don't. Well, suffice it to say that people like my friend Godric are not of much use versus them, as fire may as well just be in their blood. We, however, we can manipulate their mannerisms and their tactics, and learn everything needed to know to crush them.
And where should I start?
Well, we'll start with the gift that you'll receive when you awake. It will be most useful. After you have done that, I know you all are heading back to that rather drab town, Baldur's Gift, but it will be useful for you. Take the time, spend a day in the library. All will become clear when you awaken. Goodbye. He just starts canceling the connection. Just boop.
I'll allow it this time.
Like it was like, I'll allow it.
What languages do you know?
Just common and elvish.
Yeah, you now know Draconic, Dwarven, and I believe Sylvan is still one of the languages. Let me look at the languages.
Woohoo!
Infernal would have been that.
You also now know, you have the capability to essentially, like, spend a full day just studying a language, like, reading things in a language, and you will gain an understanding and knowledge of how to speak and read the language.
Shit.
Damn, son. You'll just have to spend a day
Hell yeah.
uninterrupted.
Yep. That's always the tricky part, isn't it?
That means when we have our own little mini vacations.
Many vacays. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Sylvan is one of the languages still.
Well, it wouldn't feel like a vacation for him because he's still gonna be studying.
Yeah. Alright. Now we will go to doo-doo-doo-doo. Veranic.
Alright.
You wake up and you're dealing with that good old buddy old pal again.
I'm gonna open my eyes and sit up and kind of crack my neck and go, "Hello, Godric."
Hello. I do apologize for the rather boorish behavior that we all exhibited earlier.
I understand family. My family gets the same way. But for all of our sakes, would you all get your act together?
It's actually been some time since we've all been in the same area.
Gotcha. So, question. During our little the Arannis thing, pretty much everybody but me and the dwarf had a problem with the flames. You got any suggestions for how the rest of them are going to survive what I'm only assuming is a volcano?
Ah. Yeah, about that. You should actually have gained a knowledge with this meeting of something that will probably be fairly helpful.
I hope so. I did enjoy making that path clear for travelers, though. That makes me happy. Beloved heartbeats.
Yes, that was most fantastic, although I am slightly saddened that you did not use my power.
In all honesty, I actually blanked out the fact that I can do the flame strikes now. I'm so used to not using those powers at the moment.
That's fair. You will have to learn how to use them to your advantage, though.
Oh, I totally intend to use the flame sword. Trust me on that one.
I will not be able to help you more with it until after my area, but you will have to prepare for things that can deal with fire, considering what you are going up against.
I'm gonna say very calmly, I'm like, well, all of my sorceress magic is reliant on acid, as befitting of my blood, so I'm pretty sure I can handle that.
It will probably not be enough, but one of the gifts I have waiting for you in there should be most helpful. Eventually. Maybe. He kind of seems to be like slowly going down the decline of like, oh.
What am I up against?
You are after the first general of the Lord of the First Circle of Hell. That is the initial threat that you'll have to deal with. More than likely, if you somehow manage to defeat him, you will be having to deal with the actual Lord.
Well, all I have to say about that is they may have demons, we have a Grum. And I don't know if you've seen her, but she is very, very scary.
She is. I hope for your sake she's enough.
Between her and the dwarf, I think we'll be alright.
Well, farewell for now. May this gift help you in its many forms.
I would say right before we leave, I would say, just have some faith in us. That way we can have some faith in you, eh?
Fair enough. And he just kind of ends everything.
Alright.
So yeah, you know that fire shield you had that was once per day?
Yeah.
It kind of got upgraded. Now you can apply it to everyone. And it's as many times as you want.
Hooray!
Jesus, sweet Jesus. So.
Well, I guess that solves the problem.
Yeah,
It
but
does-
it's not just that.
It does take
Fire
an
shield
action.
does damage.
I was about to say it does take an action to do one person. So it's not like one action everyone.
Okay, but what's the duration on that thing?
10 minutes.
Yeah, so I'll just every so often have to apply it. But
Yep.
yeah, that's basically giving everybody a damage boost.
Yep.
If someone hits you while you're fire shielded, they take damage.
Oh, never mind.
Oh no, it also reduces damage from fire.
Well,
Oh, okay.
it does cold damage if you're using
Yeah,
the
it
one
does
that reduces
cold damage.
fire.
I apply it as cold fire, and it does cold damage and protects you from fire.
Oh,
Or I can invert it and have it do fire damage and it protects you from cold.
Oh.
It's a very strange spell.
Yeah.
So, like, will it help us though when we get inside the volcano? Well, we'll just have to test it. We'll be guinea pigs.
All right. And now Grum. You go to sleep. And hello there.
I open my eyes and I just start. Can I start, close my eyes and I'm trying to imagine a shit ton of grums. I don't know how that's gonna work.
You're trying to imagine a shit ton of Grums?
A shit ton of grums, or like any kind of how many grums?
Go ahead and roll another insight.
Oops, wait, that was from my bad. That's not from Grum. Ah,
That's a
shit.
history. That
Oh,
could
it
be
doesn't
worse.
matter, it's still the same thing.
You're really, really trying. You managed to make a second one pop up and he kind of just chucks like a copper at it and it just pops.
Hey! And then I try to punch him.
Go ahead and roll it.
Is it athletics or?
Yep.
Ah, it didn't crit. Shit!
He catches it at the best, or at like the last possible moment and just catches your fist and kind of just plops you down onto another bed. BAM!
Sorry, but why are you putting me on a bed? I don't like it like that.
Because I'm trying to make sure that you don't get hurt. Oh, simple-minded one. Get your mind out of the gutter. It would never work between us, dear. I'm far too much man for you to handle.
Oh!
No, you're
Ah!
you're too small for Grum. Don't even say things like that. You don't have to lie to Grum.
You keep telling yourself that, dear. Whatever helps you sleep
and
at
I
night.
just said. Well, apparently I'm not sleeping well tonight because I keep seeing you every night.
That means that you're getting very restful sleep. If you would stop trying to punch me every single time.
No, I have to for the team, for Grum, and for putting traps in places there should not be traps.
Once again, did you really want magical super artifacts not guarded? You're really so simple-minded.
No, put something where I can punch it. I can't punch traps. you're gonna make a fight, do it the non-cowardly way. Where's your honor and your traps?
Oh, quite simple. The traps are just a deterrent. All the things that you could actually punch were the main event.
You know what? Why are you here? Well, like, what's the point?
The point is that I have to try to prepare you, and I've been going a little bit easy on you and trying to have it happen naturally and all other manners of things. That's not going to work. I realize
Look,
now
if you're gonna help, you just go to the point, okay? We're up against some general from hell. If you're gonna help, don't help like little bits. Just come on and tell it to me. If you're a man, show it.
I really hope you're ready for this. All of a sudden,
Start punching my chest.
let's say you start punching your chest. Go ahead and make a dex save.
Jeez, I hope I don't fail in this. Oh, I don't know if I'll fail or not.
You feel the earth start to rumble underneath you and you try to start getting out of the way, but the radius of this thing is a lot larger than you would have thought, and you start skyrocketing into the air after you got bashed by the ground just erupting into a pillar. As you're flying and falling through the air, you actually get hit by another one coming out from that same pillar. And it just sends you flying out into the distance. You wake up, kind of crashing into the ground. Like, you feel like you just fell out of the sky.
Oof.
So,
Well,
you wake up,
that's
and you
one way to
now
wake up.
know how to use a custom little bit called Pillar of Stone.
Ooh,
You
what
can
does
use it
Pillar
once
of
per
Stone
day.
do?
It's a 30-foot radius, so it's fucking huge. You can... they essentially have to make a dex save to try to avoid the shit. Or, you know, actually con save, we'll
Is
say.
it 30-foot radius?
Con save. Yeah, 30-foot radius. Con save to prevent themselves from getting fucking launched. The initial hit does 68. And if they fail, they get sent flying about 30 feet into the air. As a bonus action, you can do it again in a different direction.
Oh wait, so I can do that, and then another bonus action, I can do it on another area. So I can do
Either-
2 pillar of stones.
Yeah, as I'd say, either in another... It has to kind of jut out from the first one.
Oh, okay.
So you can either try to, like, bash something into the ground, or you can try to bash the thing that's currently flying in the air further.
Oh! So I can basically, I can make 1 pillar of stone, and then as they're flying, make another one as they try to fall down and hit them again.
Yes, the pillar goes up 15 feet.
Now, can I keep doing it, or is it just that?
It's just the
two?
one time. It literally just creates a new stone formation. Freaked your mind, man. But yes, that is where we will leave it for now. I hope you all watching enjoyed. Hope all the players enjoyed. Hopefully next week we'll actually have our full team. Hopefully. And until next time, Keep gaming.
See you
Bye.
later, folks.
See yous.